I had a lot of perfect thoughts just now, and with each new realization, I felt a jolt of pleasure like a Plinko game. High on edibles, 100 milligrams. I remember the rush that accompanies an active brain sparking new ideas or realizations. The joy in the moment one thought is understood. I enjoy each and every moment of understanding for anything and everything. I like to understand. I was higher than expected, but still delighted in the opportunity to revisit this bliss of new thoughts. I'm sad I can't figure out my next step. I am terrified of the goal I seem to want. I don't want to be famous. I just want a few fans. I wouldn't mind a little famous. I think I'm just the right mixture of interesting that a manager could help. I'm afraid of people yelling at me. I exist better with companionship. Too deep. I once described myself as a codependent living without a co. I like the adventure of doing something. Live interaction. I prefer my activities shared. I see very little purpose to making memories alone. My joy comes in the reactions. I like to live in other people's lives rather than my own. My memories of each chapter of my 60 years is based on who my one was during those moves. All my stories are the ones with my roommate in each residence. I don't remember anything I may have done alone. I lived 8 in their lives for that period and then moved and severed the position of one down. I always tried for a good transition, but anytime a friendship moves from first position to second is going to be tough. All my friendships that ended were based on a position shift. Before I understood it, they offended me. Zeppelin. In my head, I can imagine the idea of becoming noticed. The idea that people would read my work and already know what Zeppelin meant, or at least be interested. I'm happy to be proud of who I ended up being. I don't mean that in a negative way. In a reflection of my life, recently I was pretty impressed. I don't want that to sound negative. It's just my 60th birthday is a significant number. As the side bonus to trigger my memories, my TV starts playing slides that I have taken over the past 10 years of all my friends doing happy things with me. Good memories if you try not to think about the fact that they are now all 4,000 came away. The benefit and the curse of a mind that always tries to see both sides or more of an idea. I have lost friends because I blurt out devil's advocate statements in totally inappropriate times. I have caught myself crushing joy with questions that didn't need to be asked. I have been the what-if guy in the middle of celebrations. I am reasonably sure at least some of the memories I am thinking of till I happen rather than dreamed or imagined. So my process is this. I get an idea, and because I am not sharing it with anyone, it therefore is perfect. So I feel good about the idea. At this point, I have to decide whether I am confident enough in this idea to share it with someone and risk finding out it is not perfect, with a possibility of being so wrong somebody else at me. A weed wave washed over me, and I surfed the wave into the clouds. Oh look, a Zeppelin, a beloved side and time, easy as sea. I have so many ideas of things that I could do, and I'm capable of doing that in my mind at least, stand a chance of being a success, only if I'm not the one doing it. In order for me to do almost anything progressive rather than supportive, I need assistance. At this moment, I think to myself, I should have been reciting this more as a script for a video, and that we could use AI to animate this monologue. If I give in to the idea of editing instead of just presenting it, then we could brain freeze. End of part 1 brain overflow error.